Hello again, this is Ben Schwartz with Tapping into the Zone. I'd like to speak a little bit about ancestral trauma and why it's important to understand. Ancestral trauma is the trauma that your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, and even further back, the traumas that they experienced that actually influence your DNA. The research now shows that the traumas and the experiences of our ancestors, even if we don't know them, never met them, and even if we don't know their stories, actually influences the expression of our genetic code. We used to think that DNA was a set blueprint that does not change, that it's a very black and white thing, when in fact, the expression of our genetics is highly influenced by our environment, by our thoughts, by our experiences, and by the experiences of our ancestors that are actually imprinted in the offspring that come from those ancestors. What this means for us is that when we are experiencing something, a pattern or difficulty in life, something that feels like we're just stuck with a condition and we don't know why. We are stuck with a belief system that we don't agree with and we don't know why. We're stuck in patterns of fear or anxiety and we don't understand why. And it doesn't seem to relate to anything from our own history in this lifetime. We then can look further back and see that oftentimes you can find that for your parents or your grandparents or your great-grandparents, they experienced something very traumatic that is now showing up in your experience. War is a good example. Poverty, the Great Depression, racism, slavery, people that accumulated a lot of success, a lot of wealth, and then lost it. All kinds of situations where there were losses and gains, or persecution, or violence. These things can show up for you in this life and seem rather mysterious and difficult to get over. But there are ways to address this type of healing on the level of ancestral trauma. And we can do this with techniques like tapping and other forms of healing as well, and address where we are in resonance, where we are in connection with the experience of an ancestor. We can do something like tapping for their experience. And in doing so, we can release it through us, through our body. Whatever residual pattern is there in us. So the potential is amazing to really liberate yourself, not just from the experiences of this lifetime, but from the experiences of your entire lineage that keep you stuck in a place that you don't want to be. I'll speak more about this in future videos. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a quick insight into what ancestral trauma is and what can be done about it. So stay tuned for future videos. This is Ben Schwartz with Tapping into the Zone. Thanks for watching. See you soon.